Picture this. You're driving down the freeway and it's raining. All of a sudden, your car hits a puddle and you begin to slide. Now, out of a natural reaction, you choose to hit the brakes, which is one of the biggest mistakes we can make today. See, what people don't realize is, while they may think they won't be involved in a car accident, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in 2017 there were 6.5 million crashes. Now, we feel like in this scenario that it won't be us. But it's important to realize that crashes can happen all around us, and we need to learn how to be a defensive driver as well as how to correct some of these mistakes when we're driving to avoid the incidents. Personally, last year I was able to go to the BMW Racing School where I learned how to control crashes as well as really fix all the errors you can make as a driver. But on top of that, how to sit in your car perfectly so you know how to react the right way. So today I really want to start by just talking to you guys about how to sit in the car the right way, as well as how to correct one of the biggest things that happen to us today, especially in California, which is slides when it's raining. First, for seat position. You want to start by sitting in your car with your back the right way up, as you can tell in that first picture. But then after that, you want to raise your seat and put your hand in between your head and the roof, you can tell. And once your head is sitting against the roof, then you know your eyes are in the center of the windshield. This allows you to see the front of your car and gives you the most vision. After that, like the picture on the farther right, you want to position your legs in a way that your knees are bent, so if you were to push all the way into the brake pedal, your knees are still bent, because in the case of a head-on collision, you don't want to end up blowing out your knee due to a locked-out leg. Once you do that, you want to worry about how your arms are positioned. You start by putting your wrist on top of the steering wheel so your hands bend over the steering wheel, and once you do that, your shoulder blades should be pressed into the back of the seat. If your shoulder blades are pressed into the back of the seat, then your elbows should be bent the right way, and it has the same effect of having your knees bent, so you are good with luggage. Once we know how to sit right in the car, now I want to talk a little bit about how to deal with one of the most common things, which is sliding. So, for sliding, a majority of our slides when we're driving happen in the rain. According to the DMV, the roads are the most dangerous right after it rains because the oil and dirt have not yet washed off the road, and it still rests on top. Now, this is very common in California as we've been in a lot of droughts recently, or we've been in a drought even though we're just getting out of it, and even though we feel like it just rained here, because I know it rained probably 2 weeks ago, there is still a lot of dirt and oil that sits in the road. On top of that, according to the article titled Deadliest Driving Weather in the Rain by Doyle Rice from USA Today, car accidents cause over 7,000 deaths for Americans each year. That is because people don't understand how slick a road really can be, and like you can tell by the picture on the right, that is what looks to be a bridge. So you can see how the road looks normal, but right when cars hit the bridge, it immediately turns into a slick ice patch. This causes people who are going at a speed of 65 miles an hour over on the on-ramps to begin to slide, and they don't know what to do. So with sliding, there's two ways that you can really slide to make your car slide. The first one is called understeering. Understeering happens when you can tell by the blue path tells you what your car was trying to do. This understeering happens more when you're on a back road or on windy roads where if you're going too fast, you turn your car and the front tires don't grip into the road. This causes your car to drive off the road, and the only way to really stop it is to decelerate your car. But if you brake, like I said earlier, your car will begin to spin, and that will cause more issues. The best advice from drivingfast.net is they say that you should not be accelerating into a bend, because that's the only way you can really fix this. Now, as we move on to the more common one, oversteering. Oversteering can happen when you're making a lane change, as well as just making any movement on any road that happens to be turning. This happens more often on bridges because of how slick it is. So what happens with that red arrow on the back is you turn and your back tires lose traction, so they want your car to end up going that way. Now, as I said earlier, a lot of people will hit the brakes, and that will cause the momentum because the brakes are in the front to make the car slide. The best way to combat this is to turn your tires into the turn on the front so your car ends up leveling out. Now, once you do that, if your car does start leveling out, then it might swing back to the other side, which you just have to do the exact same thing until your car is straight. Once your car is straight, then I recommend that you just decelerate your car and just worry about the roads for the car. Really, today I just want you guys to understand the proper way to sit in the car, as well as how to manage to get out of these crashes that some of us encounter on a normal day. Personally, I had a time actually last summer when I was driving on the freeway and it was raining, and I'm from Newport Beach, and 3 cars spun out in front of me. That was one of the scariest things I've had, as well as my car began to slide because the entire road just did not drain. But I just recommend, or in conclusion, I recommend that if you guys have time this summer, there's a lot of DMV courses where you can learn how to defensive drive, where it's really fun because they let you use their cars, and you can trash their brakes, and just slide through these little puddles and learn why it's fun to do it then, but why you should know how to correct yourself now. Thank you.